Well, back home on the Lal Street, the market snapped a three-day gaining streak with the Nifty and the SINTEX ending close to around 0.5% lower. The Nifty, though, held on to the 11,900 mark, while the SINTEX ended a little below the 40,000-odd mark. The broader markets underperformed the frontliners yesterday. The mid-caps fell a little over 0.5%, while the Nifty Bank fell close to around 1% in yesterday's trading session. Overnight cues coming in from the US as well are fairly negative. Rima joins in to run us through all the market cues that we need to track. Hey Rima, good morning.
Hi Nigel, good morning. Well, you can argue from both sides today. We've got mixed cues. So on one hand, what will be positive for the Indian markets will be the decline that we've seen in crude prices. Brent is trading well below that $60 per barrel mark after an unexpected increase in US crude inventories, and this happened for the second time in a row. And secondly, even the macro data. For one, you had the IIP improving significantly to 3.4% compared to the flat growth that we had in the prior month, and the inflation too. Inflation was higher than expected, the CPI inflation at 3%, but it's still below the RBI's comfort level, which means RBI has the legroom to go ahead and ease some more or cut rates some more, which is what the base case of the market is. So that thesis continues to remain intact. But on the flip side, global markets were under pressure for the second day in a row. I know the Dow wasn't down too much, just down about 0.2%. The Nasdaq was down about 0.4%, but it's a close in the red nonetheless for the US markets. European markets, as you guys pointed out, were down close to about 0.5%. And it's not that the trade, tensions are easing. Yesterday, Trump fired a salvo at Germany. He said he's considering US sanctions to stop the construction of Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline between Russia as well as Germany. So the tentacles of this trade war are spreading. As you all were talking about, ECB chief Mario Draghi as well as IMF chief Christine Lagarde are warning of the impact of the trade war. And I'm quoting what Christine Lagarde says: global growth has been subdued for more than 6 years, and now the largest countries in the world are putting up or threatening to put up new trade barriers. And this may be the beginning of something else which might affect us all in a broad way. These are troubling developments which will create headwinds for all, but certainly for the CESEE growth model. CESEE stands for Central Eastern, Southeastern European nations, so basically the entire EU region. And she says that these will create headwinds for the European zone as well. So negative comments coming in, warning of the potential impact of all this trade deficit. We briefly spoke about the macro picture, but just some more color. April IIP at 3.4% versus estimates of 0.3%. The surprise was actually an account of the capital goods, which is typically volatile in nature. May CPI has come in at 3.05%. The FIIs have sold in the market, so they've sold close to about 1,000 crores in the cash market, and the DIs bought about 271 crores.
Okay, Rima, so the global cues a tad bit mixed. In fact, on the negative side, even if you look at the Hang Seng this morning, after the 500-point decline yesterday, it is seeing a decline of around 300 points in early trade. Remember, there are demonstrations in Hong Kong regarding the controversial extradition bill, and perhaps that's the reason that market is coming under pressure. But Rima, coming back to our own markets in terms of stocks, what are you watching out for?
Well, Anisha, I'm starting with SINTEX Industries. I know it's a small price stock, but they have defaulted on the interest and principal payment of 112 crores on June 11. The company says it's an account of a temporary liquidity issue, so that stock will be under pressure. Tata Motors, the group, May total global wholesale sales are down 23%. So bad news continues in terms of sales for Tata Motors. SAIL, this is CNBC TV 18 exclusive, where we pick up from our sources that company is likely to auction 3 loss-making steel plants. HCC, the board will be considering fundraising on the 17th of this month. For Reliance Nippon Asset Management, Reliance Capital, the promoter, will be selling 2.8% stake via an offer for sale at a price of 212 rupees per share today. Avenue Supermart held an analyst call investor meet yesterday, and I'm just reading some snippets from the Motilal Oswal note where they're talking about accelerating store count addition. They say that the company's price arbitrage, they were known for offering products which offered more value compared to their competitors, and that they're saying that value arbitrage is coming down on account of competition. And as the company strives to keep its input costs low, there could be some margin headwinds. Online competition for now they don't see as a big threat. CEAT too held its investor day. They're talking about 3,300 crore of capex from FY18 to 21. The demand weakness will persist for some time, and the adverse product mix will be there for the next 12 to 18 months. So that too could be negative for the company's margins. And TCS will be holding its AGM today. So I